We were not allowed to see the tree. We were not allowed to see the presents, not allowed to see the stockings, not allowed to see any of it until after Mass. So one by one, he would take us and he would hide our little heads so we could see and take us down the
Oh,
car
not
one
me.
by one.
He would say to me, put your hands over your eyes, Joanne. Okay. And then he's like, don't look. Okay. He knew.
We're talking about boycotting Christmas. Yay! This is the Quite Frankly podcast because life is weird and we have thoughts.
My name is Joanne, and this is my sister, Danielle.
Hello. We're really excited because we're in the holiday spirit. I'm not decorated yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's too early. We don't decorate till Thanksgiving. Actually, we're talking about getting the Christmas tree a week early because Thanksgiving comes very late this year.
Well, I think the scuttlebutt is a lot of people are planning on boycotting Christmas. But I think that there is a little bit of a misunderstanding of what that actually means. Like, I think it's a good time for us to have that discussion, talk about what that really means, because I've heard a lot of people that are really hardcore holiday people saying like you can't just like do that, you know, especially with the religious implications as well.
What they're doing, religious implications of buying presents. But so you're not going to buy those 30 dolls this year, Auntie?
Well, no, I think
Danielle?
people think you're just going to bypass Christmas altogether or the holidays altogether. They don't understand. No, we're still celebrating. We're celebrating family. We're still celebrating everything. We're just not engaging with the consumerism of it.
Yeah, the over-commercialization, over-consumerism is basically it.
So we're going to break down our reasons why. We're also going to talk a little bit about what you can do, especially if you have small children.
Wait. I want to point out, you know, we're in our 50s.
Yeah.
This has been, over-commercialization has been talked about for decades, since we were young. Look at the Peanuts. Look at Snoopy. That whole Christmas episode is about over-commercialization.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
been around.
Yeah.
Is it going to be successful? Yes, I do so. And we'll talk about that. But go ahead.
And before we continue, if you hear my washing machine, I'm sorry. It's on spin cycle right now.
I do hear it. It's very faint,
loud.
though. It's faint.
But at any rate, we're going to talk a little bit about like our different reasons why, because there's a lot of people that are choosing to do this for different reasons. How you can participate, whether or not it's good for you. And then also, you know, what are the end goal? What are we hoping from all of this? And yeah, when it comes to how you participate, especially if you have small children, how do you work that all in? So first off, Joanne, what does skipping the holidays mean to you?
Oh, that's a hard one. So first off, since Mom's passed, I can't tell you what a relief it is. Can you hear the dinging?
No.
Okay, it's in my headphones then. I'm getting notifications then. Since Mom has passed, thank you. Since Mom has passed, I haven't visited family, and it's been a relief. I can't tell you. It's been a relief. So in a sense, that's it. I am not religiously inclined anymore. Reasons, and I'm not totally withdrawn from spirituality, but I recognize Jesus as teachings are very good. So there's that aspect of it. But
Joanne and I were raised in a devout Catholic family, just for clarity.
It's so weird that you say devout. I was like, devout? No. And then I think, no, it was devout.
Mom was going to be a nun. Dad, very much so.
Dad was very much so. Probably why he married Mom, because she almost became a nun. But and we went to Catholic school and all that. So yeah, I withdrawing from it is not participating in the religious. The present giving, the big present giving. But I will say this, for my part, I do use this season to buy all the household stuff that I've been wanting to buy all year round. So it's, to me, the things that I do need in the house, or I feel I need, as we were talking about. What did you call it? I thought it was you should coin that phrase. Poor rich, or the... The rich poor.
I don't know if I called it selective poor.
But it was like, oh, that's a rich person's poor. That's it.
Yeah.
Rich person's poor.
Yeah.
Explain rich person's poor, because
Rich
I
person's
thought that
poor
was
is like
delightful.
when you're doing fine. You have money, but
You have a roof over your head,
right?
food on
You're
the table.
putting it aside, but like when something disrupts it, where you have to suddenly make choices. Or try like, oh, maybe I shouldn't get my nails done anymore. Or maybe I should. That suddenly it becomes like, oh, things are tough right now because I can't just, without
Buy a
thought,
car.
go do whatever I want to do, right?
Yeah.
So it is a version of not poverty, that seems really inappropriate. More like, how there's people that are doing just fine, but they sit there like,
complain
oh,
about
times
money.
are really tough. We have to really like tighten the belt. And you're like, you're driving a Mercedes and you're planning your next vacation to wherever,
Aruba.
Disney World. But they planned on going to Paris Disney World and not the local one. Like things are tough. Whereas,
And don't get me wrong, I've been there.
Right.
I have done that. It's like, oh, I wish
and you're
we had more
panicked
money.
that like you're going to lose more and you
No,
have
I
to
don't
make even
panic.
harder decisions. So you start to really like cling on. Whereas, an actual person that is struggling is more concerned about, I don't know, food on the table.
I will say this: I've been there where I want to go to Disney, but I don't have the money for it. I also will argue, because sometimes we do have the money to go to Disney, but then you have to choose: do I go to Disney or do I buy that car because my car is falling apart? There's those choices, and yes, I could recognize that as rich person's poor. But I will say this on that. I also would argue that we were brought up, at times, I think mom and dad struggled to put food on the table.
There was a time that they had taken
Yeah.
food stamps.
And
So-
I think we have that mentality. And I can't say they were big on saving. They did have savings, but they didn't have a lot of savings. So there's
I
that
think they
too.
were more aggressive about savings. I think if mom, I recall a conversation with mom, dad became aggressive about savings when he turned 50.
Okay. That's
Because around that
actually.
time, a lot of the kids were starting to move out. They had a little bit more freedom to be able to put some money aside.
And 401ks came about, but they were not around when we were really little. But when 401ks came out and companies were not giving pensions, Dad started to invest.
Right.
And that was probably the late 80s.
Somewhere
Anyways.
around there.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
I remember I was working when he...
But what I was going to say is that when I think of like the different reasons I've heard, is one, it's getting back to the root. Like there are some people I've spoken to that said they want to get back to the root of what the holiday actually is, which is more of a religious based thing.
yeah.
And that like in some ways capitalism has really overtaken the holiday as opposed to really getting to the family orientated, religious implication of it all. Whereas others, like for me, part of it is protest. I do believe that capitalism has overtaken the holiday, yes. But I think as someone that has worked in the retail sector, I understand that, like, yeah, during the holidays, they're trying to make up a lot of money. And I think that as a political statement, I could see where this is powerful if a lot of people choose not to participate in the capitalistic thing. And I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I think a lot of people understand this. The only thing I'll say about it is I want to support small businesses. I think it's getting back to community and really focusing on the smaller community and the smaller businesses and making sure that they're staying afloat and bypassing these big corporations that are not treating their employees well, that are putting money into lobbyists and into government that they shouldn't be. And so that's part of the reason why I'm doing it. And then the last part, not last.
Wait, can I say something to that small business part? We were discussing this just the other day, and I would argue that if you do go to support a small business, you meet the artist. Don't buy it on Etsy, because a lot of the Etsy stuff is stealing from other artists and making it through AI and throwing it up. Some of it is Chinese manufacturers, and they're saying it's homemade, and it's not.
I was thinking more along the line of going into like your neighborhood.
Go into your neighborhood. One, you're supporting your neighborhood, and then two, you're supporting a small
support
artist.
Your local economy. And these small businesses, because without those small businesses, your community is going to die. Think of those ghost towns, like literally ghost towns that are from long time ago. It has to do with a lot of different reasons.
I don't think it's for supporting artists.
Well, I'm not just thinking about supporting artists. Like, I'm thinking about going to a bakery to get baked goods for your family that morning because you're having like a nice little Christmas breakfast.
But a lot of them are supported by like a manufacturing company. A lot of those ghost towns went under because of the the manufacturing.
Well, yeah. I think there's a lot of different factors to that one. But, had there been community that was really supporting those small businesses, then maybe they wouldn't have it.
If you had a community that talked to one another, which is hard for people to get these days, but if you did, they may have had a coming of minds to, okay, we lost this manufacturing. What are we going to do next?
Right.
Yes, I agree. So talk to here. So part of the county I'm in, part of it's very industrialized, suburbanized, and the other half is farmlands. And there was a big push some years back, Know Your Farmer, and it was a ask to go to your farmer's market, get to know your farmer. You buy it from local farmers. Food from local farmers and small farmers are better. I think it should be the same for artists. Know your artists. Go and speak to them. Ask them about their process. They'll be happy to talk to you about it. And there's some beautiful artists, pottery artists here.
So mostly when I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking along the lines of just avoiding big box companies during this time as a statement of not putting my money into things or people or companies that not necessarily taking care of the people that are working there and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
problem with small business, it's usually more expensive. Let's face it.
But then that's also goes back to the whole concept of, we did an episode a couple of episodes back about we're thrifting a lot of stuff. It's the whole gift thing to me has always been about being thoughtful, right? And sometimes that's even just about making something. It could be thrifting something. It could be keeping it small. There's no reason for things being so freaking outrageous and big. Like, who are we competing with? And I think that now that a lot of people are struggling.
I recall that episode too, I have had some friends who were disgusted that I didn't spend enough money on them. Or it appeared I didn't spend enough money on them.
And like, honestly, what the hell? Like, what the hell?
What was your fifth thing? I'm sorry. Or I think it was.
Oh, the other thing was, okay, so religious implications.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, affordability. Like, there's a lot of
affordability.
people that are losing jobs right now.
That's
a
where
lot of
small
laid off.
business is hard. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And
if you can
it's-
do it, I recommend it though.
I
Sorry,
think
go
that,
ahead.
especially with the amount of time that people were not bringing in any money, especially with the federal government, there were a lot of people that were struggling during that time, and it takes a little while to catch up as things open up. As of this podcast recording, like that, it's opening up, but who knows, you know? But the point is that we really want. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that nothing is definite. You know, no income, no job, no anything is definite, and that maybe pulling back is a good idea. Maybe checking people's expectations is a good idea. I do feel like things got a little out of control. Like, I remember back in the day when the kids, my elder kids, were in school, or even when we were in school, when it came to teachers, don't get me wrong, I think teachers don't have, where we were
We
growing
talked
up,
about this in the holiday episode.
I think that teachers don't get paid enough in most places. And Long Island is definitely
Where
an exception.
I live, they get paid enough. Your volume got down?
Oh,
Billy?
sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Not here in Florida. They don't get paid well. But with that being said, I think it's about finding a balance. If you cannot, okay, here is a great way to do it. If you cannot give it without sacrificing something else, you shouldn't be giving it.
Agreed.
So if you have a savings, let's say if you have a savings, right?
Yeah.
And the only way that you can afford it is dipping into that savings. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Take care of
That's
you
what
and
I'm
your
gonna
family
say.
first.
Because you also, because right now we're at a place, my family, we did a lot of savings, so that way we are ready for retirement, and so we're not dependent on anyone, and so I'm not recommending that you, or we're not recommending that you dip into those savings. It's more.
I mean, if you're putting
you
aside
usually
money,
go to Starbucks instead of a Starbucks. Give it to a teacher. It's about
yeah.
sacrifice, and
I mean, if you're still going,
it's a
to
little
Starbucks.
sacrifice. That's my Catholicness in me.
Well, I mean, I think
I was
that
thinking of that O. Henry book, the one where the woman buys the husband a chain for his watch by cutting her hair, and he sells his watch to buy her a clip for her hair.
yeah. More
Now her
bracelets
hair
and-
will come back. I feel bad about the watch.
But I think that I think it's time for us to take that holiday back. I think it's time for people to start. In other
So
words,
what does that
take
look
it,
like?
make it about your family, like
Make
experiences.
it about family. I agree.
Experiences. Like when I think, all right, let me ask them. When you think about Christmas growing up as a kid, what do you instantly remember?
The big one was laying under, I was quite small, laying under the Christmas tree and looking up at the lights and the ornaments. And we had really interesting ornaments.
We used to
And
make
the
some
smells.
ornaments too.
The smells is also very
The fire at the fireplace.
the fireplace. Oh, we used to make chestnuts over that. I remember that. I forgot.
I remember Dad going upstairs and picking. We'd all get ready for church, and we'd have our little coats on. And Dad, one by one, remember we had a lot of kids.
We
would
were
take
not
each
allowed
other-
to come downstairs.
We were not allowed to see the tree. We were not allowed to see the presents. Not allowed to see the stockings. Not allowed to see any of it until after Mass. So one by one, he would take us and he would hide our little heads so we couldn't see and take us down. the
Oh,
car
not
one
me.
by one.
He would say to me, Put your hands over your eyes, Joanne. Okay. And then he's like, don't look. Okay. He knew. You had to know. It's like, you're
But I
not looking,
remember
right?
that.
Nope.
I remember.
And you
I
get a
rem-
glance at the tree and the presents, you're like, ooh. And you had to go to mass.
and I remember coming home being really hungry, and even though usually they had some kind of like buns or something, Mom and Dad, I'm sorry, Santa Claus
Danishes.
would get us a small box of cereal and put
Yep.
it in each one of our
I
stockings.
do that
and
with
we'd
my
be
kids.
So excited, we still do it too.
Yeah.
We'd
I
be
haven't done it
so
since I became
excited
adults.
about getting
but
that
yeah.
damn box. It was ridiculous, and
Yep.
everybody like got the sugar smacks would be like, "Ah, man."
Oh no, I like the cocoa pebbles, the Cocoa Krispies. That was my favorite.
But I
Sugar
remember,
Smacks was good. They don't sell that anymore, do they?
I think about putting out the manger, the big manger. Do you know I have that?
Oh yeah. Oh, do you have it? Oh.
Yeah, it's up in my attic, but yeah,
you
it's
taking it
it's
down?
in bad shape. But Mom and Dad had an Italian manger, and they were about a foot tall, each of them, and they were so
they?
pretty. And I just remember us putting them out,
Yeah, I
and
guess so.
they were so pretty. I loved the angel, and Jesus would not be in the manger until Christmas morning, and we would run to see, that.
I
Oh, look,
remember-
Jesus is in the manger.
I remember thinking the angel Gabriel was a female because she had long hair.
I also, I think of
Maybe he
holidays,
was trans.
I think of the church craft fair
Oh yeah. I didn't
and the
really like
basement where they had all of the.
that. I don't. I
You don't
remember
remember?
the basement, but what
The
was
basement
in the
had a thrift. Everybody would donate their
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But it and the music and the hot chocolate and the candy canes. And
I remember doing a Christmas play.
A
You were
Christmas
in a Christmas
play.
play one year
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all those little experiences. I don't remember. I think I remember. I got a teddy bear once, and the only reason I know that is because I still have it.
No, I think once we went back to school, Mom got rid of all the toys.
Yeah, but I don't remember really getting any of the toys when
Oh,
I was
I
a
do.
kid. That weren't the things
That's
that I
because they
remember.
disappear about a week after we. But I remember I got the same present 2 years in a row.
I just
That's
don't-
when I became suspicious. Then one year I got a present. Mom used to thrift too, but she didn't check the thrifts because I opened up the box and it was all junk inside. And I said something, and then Mom said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Joanne. I thought it was blah, 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 blah." I forgot what it was. "We'll get you another present." Never got it.
Funny enough, I don't remember getting presents.
I
I'm
do.
not saying I didn't. I did, but I don't remember.
I remember
getting
giving
presents.
out presents too.
I just
That
remember.
was actually fun. I enjoyed that.
to me, like,
and I'm
it
not
was,
good at giving presents.
It was getting to spend time with Mom and Dad, like going to get the Christmas tree and always looking for a Charlie
Yes.
Brown Christmas tree.
Do you remember we used to get the Christmas tree and they set up that whole Christmas, I don't know, diorama, but it was giant and you walked through it? I loved that. You're right. It's all the stuff.
It was all the things that we got to do with as a family.
Yeah.
That I remember, and those were the things that really I think back of my childhood and the holiday memories. It's that.
Me
So
and Kathy would come in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. I do remember, we get another present. So greedy as a kid.
I remember Uncle
I
Greg coming
still like
one
presents. Even
Uncle-
for somebody else, I enjoy it. Sorry,
I do
go ahead.
remember Uncle Greg coming one year, and he got all of his presents in Chinatown in New York
Oh.
City, and he had this thing where it was you pressed the thing, and it was like a ceramic egg, and it opened up, and when it would spin, and it would open up, and there was a bird inside. Do you remember that?
Yes, that sounds familiar.
It was metal, but like that was probably one of the few gifts that I really genuinely remember, and it wasn't from Mom and Dad or Santa.
I remember
Yeah.
the dollhouse.
But I think that the point is that in so many ways, the experience is what they remember. You know,
I got a bike one year, but I paid for half of it.
there you go.
I wanted that bike so bad. It was a great
But
bike.
I think that if people can get a little bit more lean into that, you know, especially if you have kids, it's not saying not to get gifts for your kids. Like, look, you have small kids, you get gifts. And one of the things that Joanne and I used to always talk about, and we did talk about on that episode when it came to talking about the holidays, we feel very strongly, and I'm sure there's going to be people that will argue with us. We feel very strongly that the quote unquote big gift should not come from Santa.
Oh, yeah.
It can be a small gift or filling the stockings. But
Us
don't
was
make
a
all the
stocking.
gifts- Yeah,
We did put a small gift in the stocking, too.
We had a small gift. We had a stocking, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like what mom and dad used to do.
Because in tradition,
But-
if you watch all the Christmas shows, it's Santa puts it in the stock. It fills the stocking.
Growing up with the kids, we always got two presents. A very small one from Santa, and then the bigger gift was from mom and dad.
I don't think I cared.
Yeah. I felt like it. But there's people that will be like, there's 101 gifts underneath the tree and it's all from Santa. And you just want to kick their ass. Like, stop it.
You know, did you silence yourself, or did Riverside just blank
No,
out
I
your
went-
effing?
I did. I mouthed it.
Forking.
Forking, effing, bluffing.
I was like, wow, that's impressive that it knew you were going to curse. Okay, I'm going to put it out there, though. So one of the advantage of us as kids is we had a very large family. And having a very large family is fun at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a
We'd
lot.
open up
I'm
gifts, there'd be
not
paper
recommending
everywhere.
have a hard family, a large family. I actually discourage it. I don't think it's a good idea. But for Christmas, it was a lot of fun.
And there were years, I remember, and you might remember too, there were years that mom and dad couldn't get as many gifts, right? And it looked kind of bare under the tree. Considering there was 11 kids, that's a little bit
I never
unheard of.
noticed. I'm
You don't
pretty
remember
easy
the
with
year where the
presents.
whole floor was covered in balloons?
I do remember that year, but
That
I
was the
didn't know
year that there
a-
was, yeah, no, that was a year that the gifts were a little lean.
I didn't notice. Like I said, for me, even today, I just like getting stuff.
That was dad told me that.
Wrap up
bragging.
an egg and hand it to me and be like, "Whoa!"
Dad
You gotta
told me that.
decorate the egg. It has to be different. Put a little smiley face on it and be like, this is funny. But anyway, go ahead.
But no, I was going to say, Dad told me that because he was quite proud of Mom coming up with that idea. No, clever. I'm like, yeah, it was clever, Dad. But
I never noticed.
but like, yeah, I think it was the experience of going.
The
like
only time I
caroling. Remember we
realized
used
we
to
were-
go caroling on our own.
That was Aunt Kathy.
no,
Aunt
but
Kathy used
you,
to take
me,
us
and
around.
Nancy used to go caroling, like just to the neighbors.
I could see
You don't
it.
remember that?
I don't remember it now. I remember caroling with Aunt Kathy. I could see me thinking, let's go caroling. But the only time I remember us being broke is we had to drink powdered milk.
Yes, I remember.
Now that wasn't Christmas time, but that was the only time.
I think that was the only indication that they let us see, which is pretty impressive. When you
The
think about
powdered
it.
milk.
Powdered milk and needing some assistance.
Oh, did we get assistance?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was brief from when I understand. I think Dad got laid off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he was laid off. I'm a rather self-centered child, so
No,
Still
we
am.
were acting like children, as children
Yeah.
do, and
I was totally
they shouldn't be.
oblivious.
Because parents, put it this way: Mom, Dad did right, didn't make us know it.
Pretty much. I mean, I do remember Mom talking about it. I just don't remember. It was just like, okay, it doesn't affect me. Wonder
So
how
I
they
think
handled St. Williams. Wonder if St. Williams gave them a break.
I mean, they had a break because I think they paid full price for the first child, and then the second child was half off, and then any kid after that was free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But when I was getting back to the subject at hand,
Oh,
Joanne,
sorry.
that's okay. I think that when it comes to most of the calls to action, so to speak, right now that I'm hearing about, it's mostly because people are doing a protest. And let me tell you, I think it's impactful
Protest
because this
against
is a time.
the
I would say
corporations?
corporate involvement in our government tactics and everything like that. Like I think that it is problematic, and I think the price is going up, and I think layoffs and stuff like that when they're making $1 billion that year, like it seems kind of silly. So I do understand. I think that anytime that you want to do any kind of protest, get them at the pocketbook, and that's going to affect them. But
So what would you do?
well, I think that's the thing.
I could tell you what I've been thinking, and I didn't even know we were going to talk about this today. Because I was thinking I miss the holidays a lot of times. I'm so busy doing this, that, and the other thing that I get to Christmas. I'm like, oh, it's Christmas, right? Bam, Christmas, and then I was like, oh, I missed it. I have ideas. I've been thinking about this, and like I said, I haven't been doing the podcast, so I'm ready.
Okay. Well, for me, it's about, pulling out the stuff that you have like for holiday and decorating and stuff.
Right, decorating.
But when it comes to decorating, because decorating, in my opinion, so the sights, the smells, and the tastes, all of the senses being engaged in that regard, that's where I think that you can really maximize your holiday experience, especially if you have kids. So it is about decorating and making it feel wonderful. Now, if you don't have a lot of decorations, I used to make paper decorations. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
I did it from
It's actually kind of fun with the kids.
I
Although
used to
the
make
popcorn
paper mache.
string, I always stab myself.
I used to make paper mache, not paper mache, sorry, origami cubes or origami cranes out of old, like, beat up children's books that I would find at, like, you find them for free. And
Remember
stuff
we
like
used
that.
to make the Christmas, I have it on my, it's a very old video on my YouTube channel, but we used to make Christmas trees out of Reader's Digest.
That's where I
yeah.
got the idea. I would make little cubes or whatever, and then I would put glue all over it, and then I would put it in sparkles. Like iridescent sparkles, so you can actually see it, like Clifford. I still have them to this day, and I made that when my boys were little. Like they're 20 some odd years old.
Oh, I throw mine out every year.
Mom,
but I have to send you my video and show you nostalgia.
Mom
Although
and her
Reader's
friend
Digest,
who
you
lived
can't
across
get
the street
anymore.
from us made me paper mache, not paper mache. I keep on saying paper mache.
I was
Origami
thinking.
sunflowers.
Oh.
And they had pretty paper. They were finding this really fun. And they made these paper things, and they took little ribbons and they made loops. Still have them to this day.
Oh.
Pieces of, like, nature is like probably one of the greatest resources that you can have. Like if you're in a colder environment, you can get, acorns or,
Branches. I remember Martha
branches,
Stewart doing that.
pine
going out and getting
cones. They
branches
smell
and
good
decorating.
too.
Yeah, pine cones down there.
But a lot of those things you can add into it, So I do think in that regard, visual is the first thing. Next is smells. I love to
Wait.
simmer-
I got to tell you my visual.
Okay, go ahead.
So I like to make a day out of Christmas tree hunting. And we all go, even as adults they come. And then we set up the Christmas tree, and then we have an evening of Christmas music and putting up the ornaments. So it's an event. It's not just, okay, we got to get the decorations up. It's an event in our house.
My boys don't participate too much. They get very excited when it's up, but they don't participate. They participate for about 15
Oh, the lights
minutes.
too. Oh.
I
kids
have
like
a,
to.
I live, Since
Part
living
of the
down here, we
reason-
did a real tree one year, and it was a bad idea. Florida's not the place to have a real tree. People
we
do
had
it,
one.
but I not.
I will say this, one of the reasons I think they'd like it is a lot of our ornaments have nostalgia to them, even for them. So going through it, I remember this. I remember
Oh yeah,
this.
no, the ones that they get the most excited about are the ones that they made when they were in preschool and stuff. I have one ornament that is my favorite one, and it's made of like a paper plate that was folded with a round circle and a little, like a circle, a pink circle, and it was Jesus, and it had a little blonde hair on the top. I don't know why it was blonde, but the face on it is the most frightening looking face I've ever. Like, it's frightening looking. And I remember Joey made it. He's like, Mom, I made this for you. Looking at it like, this is the
I think we have an
freakiest thing I've ever
angel
seen.
that sounds like it might have been related to that Jesus.
Oh my God, I loved it. And and every year it has a place of honor. The guy's 24 now. It has a place. It was 20 years ago, but I love that thing.
Paige always says, "Why do you put that up?" It's like,
Oh no,
"Because
Joey
you
gets
put it
excited.
in the
He has to
middle."
see it. He goes, they made that. Or he made it. It's always Joey. He made another ornament that was supposed to be like a marshmallow. It's something they did in school of craft. And like he had googly eyes. It was supposed to be googly eyes and a little whatever,
I think
earmuffs.
we have the same one.
And like with him, he had googly eyes like on weird parts of his
do
head.
that.
Like he just does everything a little bit weird. His teachers did say like he doesn't follow direction, but I think he does it on purpose. And I'm like, yeah. Not on the things that
I'm going to
matter.
say this too. As for this, isn't really decor, but there are Christmas holiday markets here, and I don't necessarily buy things, but I like going to them to get into to see the decorations, to see the, and you'll find the artists and the small business owners in the holiday markets. They're fun. Too.
I went to a holiday market last weekend, and it was cute because it reminded me again of when we were young. Someone took pretty paper and they made it into a cone and they sealed it up and they put a ribbon so that way you can put stuff inside of it like candy or whatever and you can hang it on your tree. I used to make those for the kids. The only thing is it doesn't support a lot. So you have to keep it to light candy. But,
I do remember making snowflakes one year. We we had snowflakes throughout the house. Yeah.
I remember that. Wow. But those were the things that, like, when I think about the holidays, it's those things. As for scents, I always think of fire, which, we don't have a
I
fireplace.
get this wood wick candle. That's sandalwood, and it's called Fireplace, I think, and you get it at Walmart. And I know it's a big corporation. Well, it was called Very Virginia because it was made by a Virginia company. And I used to buy it there all the time. And then they stopped selling it and I found it at Walmart. Oh my God, it smells so lovely.
Well, we have a fire pit. It's like one of those stainless steel ones. So we do like to pull it out. In fact, it's going to be a little chilly tonight. We're going to pull it out tonight
Wow,
for the
we
first time
used
of
to,
the season.
Last night we had some. But
Yesterday
it's
it was
getting too cold.
85.
No.
We
Not
woke up,
here.
it was 71, and it's been progressive. Like every hour, it drops like by 3 to 5 degrees. So by tonight, it's going to be like 50
Wow.
something. Yeah. So it's
Wow,
like
that's chilly for Florida.
very
in
quick.
November.
Yeah. And then tomorrow's going to be in the 40s.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This week's going
I
to be
remember
chilly.
my kids
It's early for it.
swimming
Oh, sorry.
on Thanksgiving Day.
I still get those damn calls.
Oh right.
But yeah, so fire, if you have a fireplace, put on a fire.
I also
sometimes
like
they have
buying
aromatic.
that basket of pine cones that smell like cinnamon. Oh, and don't you do the oranges with the cloves in it? That's lovely too.
So, and it's been years, so it'd have to, like, I bet you can Google it. There was a little bundle that you can make, and usually it has to be dried, but you can kind of look around. A lot of times if you have any kind
and
of
you
like,
boil.
well, no, actually I was thinking if you are someone that has fires, it could have like cinnamon sticks or cloves, stuff like that, and you can burn
Orange
it.
peel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Allie used to tell me she would, when she was living in the UK, she would boil that so the house smelled of it.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah.
I do that. I do that
Yeah.
regularly, actually, because that's one of my favorite things. You just got to watch it because I may or may not have burned some pots doing that.
Actually, we have I don't want to say induction stove. It's one panel, and you can set the time for it to shut off at a certain time.
Crock
It's just
pots are
nice.
good for that too.
Oh.
And what I was going to say is if you go to like your thrift shop or Goodwill, they sell little personal size crock pots and you can get it for like $3, $3 to $5.
Okay.
And then you could just put it in there and have it going all the time.
Yeah. 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 I like the, yeah. I like the
And then the
smell
other
still.
thing I was going to say about savory is like, not savory, but scents, making savory meals also, of course. I don't know why it makes me feel cozy. It feels me of home. And I think that's what the whole point is
Paige
making
made
things feel
coq
cozy.
Duvine? Coq Duvine. It's a French dish last night.
Ooh.
With a bottle of wine. Ooh, speaking of which, it will be this week, but by the time this is posted, it'll be 2 weeks ago. I'm doing a video on hot drinks. Hot drinks for the winter. Yeah. It's going to be like hot eggnog, mulled wine.
Oh, are
Stuff like that.
all liquor?
Oh, yeah.
Liquor. Okay. I'll have to
You
try
could do
one.
it without liquor.
But I was going to say that the next would be for taste. So again, we're creating memories, people.
Okay.
We're creating
I've been
memories.
waiting for this. I got an idea for what we do. We've been doing the last few years. A hot chocolate bar. So you have your hot chocolate. Now, I have a very fancy hot chocolate maker that puts the foam on top and everything, even if you have fat-free milk. But then you have the whipped cream. You have the peppermint, the crushed peppermint. You can have sprinkles if you want.
And the
You
Baileys.
could put chocolate and then the Baileys for the grown-ups. But you can have, I've even seen sprinkles. But you can have a bunch of things that you can put, a cinnamon stick into your hot chocolate to make it yummy.
That sounds really good.
And it's just a fun night to have. And then we'll watch, The Bishop's Wife or Auntie Mame or something like that.
a good
Yeah.
old movie. Auntie Mame. That's my favorite.
That's my Christmas movie. I don't know why it's become a Christmas movie.
Well, there
but-
is a Christmas scene in it.
Yeah. I think it used to always come out around Christmas. And so I associate the two.
So I spent my not to get off topic.
The
but
Miracle on 34th Street, the old one, not the updated one. The updated ones.
Since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to grow up to be Auntie Mame.
You come close.
Kind of close. I have some work to do, but yeah, like Auntie Mame was like the thing, and weirdly enough, our aunt kind of reminded me of her.
Yes.
And that was part of the appeal. Like she's very kind of like cosmopolitan, but tries different things. She's an opera singer.
Yeah.
She does ballet. She does this. She does that. Yeah. She hangs out with interesting people. Like, makes her own clothing.
Artists,
an artist. Yeah. So I've always associated her with Auntie Mame
I
as
do
well.
too. Yeah, agreed.
But
they did a small production here. That's the other thing. If you want an experience, is they had a small production here on Auntie Mame, and I went. It's called something else though. It's not called Auntie Mame. The production, I forget, but. That's another thing you can do. Go to a small production play. They're usually not that expensive. If you
a
do
lot
a
of
local
neighborhoods, if you look on what to do near me this weekend or this week, right? If you Google that, you can find where, say, a local, I was going to sound horrible, a local mall, like we have outdoor malls, like they'll have a Santa Claus there. To bring your kids if you have kids. And obviously that's a thing, but this one is, it's free. You don't have to like bring any money. You could just take a picture. But they also have events where they have a snow machine. Again, we live in Florida, so that's a big deal. But they have a snow machine, so one day they're going to have snow. Sometimes they'll have it where they'll have carriage rides. Now that does cost a couple of extra, like couple of dollars, but a carriage ride, those little
That
experiences.
again is going into the local economy.
Right. And then, or, you can go there and grab your hot chocolate and walk around downtown where they have
Do
the
you
lights
remember
up and
they
everything.
they used to light the Christmas tree at the fire, and you get the hot chocolate with the candy
fire
cane stick
department.
inside. Yeah, at the fire department.
And let me
right.
tell you, they would have a contest every year where it was what the holidays mean to me, and you had to do a picture, and I won second place.
God, I forgot about that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What did it mean to you?
I literally did a picture of every single holiday. I had a turkey for Thanksgiving. I had some soldiers for Veterans Day.
That's
I
probably why
had
they
Valentine's.
liked it. You
I
thought
had
of
Christmas.
everything.
I had a little tiny thing, and I came in second place. Probably because she's like, she's a little off, but we like that she even remembered Veterans Day.
Cute. But that place used to get we were a small town, considered small, but that place would get mobbed, and it was as kids, it was a blast because you weave in and out of the people.
It was exciting because the winners of the contest got to put their finger on the button to turn it on. So me and like a few other kids got to like press the button.
I don't
to turn on
remember.
the
I
light.
didn't know this.
Well, I
was
found
just
out at
always
the
trying to get
last
more
minute
candy.
that I won. They called mom and dad like an hour before the thing. I was in my PJs with a jacket over it. That's how quickly we had to move.
Oh wow.
And they gave me a gift, and it turns out it was oh my God! Talk about memories being unlocked. It was like a Barbie doll, but it was like one of those cheap versions, and it was like a Snow White kind of thing, but it wasn't. It was like Beauty and the Beast, but it wasn't the Beauty and the Beast of Disney. And it was just it was so pretty, and I never had a doll like that before. And there was a little raccoon with it.
Pocahontas? Did
I
they
don't know.
mix
No, she had a blue
all
dress.
the Disney things?
I don't know. I don't know.
Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast,
I think it
Pocahontas.
was, it's like in the 70s. Like,
Oh, that's
I
so
was in
sweet.
third grade, I think. Yeah, third grade.
I think that's why I never really played with dolls, is Mom and Dad didn't really
Yeah,
buy
they didn't
them.
really get us dolls.
I do remember dolls, but I
No,
don't
I mean,
remember
Carol
it
had
being
a
big...
doll collection, but that was different. They were
No. I'm talking
collectible.
Barbie dolls.
Barbie dolls,
There was
yeah.
one year, I should say, fake Barbies. It wasn't real Barbies. I remember seeing and playing with them for like a half a second, and then it was like, I got things to do.
No,
I
we
was
got
an
stuff like
outdoor kid.
basketballs. Remember a lot of people
yeah.
getting basketballs.
Yeah.
But yes, or games like Operation or Perfection. We got Perfection every year because we'd always lose the pieces.
We
and
had
it would give us
Perfection.
anxiety.
I didn't know that.
Of
But
course,
I
it gave
had
anxiety.
Perfection here, and every once in a while I just tried to play it. But I forgot
Joanne,
about it. I like
it was trying to kill me.
Parcheesi. Board games.
Or Uno.
Do you know Gordon gets together with a group of friends and they play board games every Thursday? That it's become so big that a couple of his friends, or more than a few of his friends, they go to these board game conventions.
Oh my gosh.
And you can buy a board game. And I actually bought a Stardew Valley one for one of my daughters. I got it for her for Christmas. Like a day or two later, it skyrocketed in price because they only had a limited. But people buy the board games, play it, and then resell it for more money because they've become very collectible. But
They're fun.
anyway,
But I
digress.
If we take a moment and listen to all of our responses and the things, and I would love for our listeners to kind of think about their own childhood and the fond memories that they have about the holidays. What is it that they remember? And please share it with us in the comments because I think that is a big deal. I know when I talk to my kids, I know everyone in our family has different memories, but some of the memories that they have that are fond was going to their aunt's their aunt and uncle's house, their cousin's house, and everybody giving gifts. And it's not so much that they remember the gifts. It was the fact that there was paper everywhere. Like they would have to go through, because by then we had 20 some odd kids in the family and all that. Like there was a lot of.
No, I don't. I think we only have like 17 or
We have over 20.
now, but back then I think there was only 15, 16 nieces and nephews. And not all of them would come.
Yeah, but I think that there was a
It
good
felt
amount.
like 50.
Yeah, it did feel like 50.
But
I think,
if you
and that
include
is, actually, come to think of it, this is actually an idea that I think that a lot of people will appreciate, that worked pretty successfully for a while with our families, until it didn't anymore. We used to, on Thanksgiving, have everybody's name in a bucket, and we draw out a name.
I was not attend here.
And then we would do, that would be the person you're buying a gift for that year.
Oh,
And
you
for
used
Christmas.
to call me and tell me.
And we had a limit. You could spend $20, and that was it.
And that was
And
with the adults.
That was with the adults, but that was because there were so many adults. It's just too much.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we used
Then
to
we
do.
stopped that and we just get it for the kids.
Yeah.
And
eventually.
I thought, what's the point of going up for Christmas?
She was like,
What
I'm not
is the
getting my
word?
gift.
Now that we're on here, I'm going to vent for a moment. I remember one year we came up for Christmas. We're out of state. Came up to New York for Christmas, and I was not told nobody got gifts weren't going to do gifts this year. We got gifts for all the nieces and nephews, right? So they told me afterwards, and I was like, well, we already bought them, give them out. So we did. And everyone was excited. The next year, again, I'm not told anything. It's sort of like,
I feel like by then I wasn't there.
remember one of our sisters posted a picture this week of a baby, and I went, "Who is this kid?" Nobody tells me anything, and you're like, "It's our brother's new kid." Oh, anyway, so.
Like you
Then
forgot,
the following,
did you?
it was in passing. Somebody mentioned they were going to have a kid, and that's like a year ago. So I don't remember these things. Plus, the person who was putting it up, it wasn't her kid, but I was thinking, did she
adopt
I know
a baby?
one of them. No, well, she was married more than 9 months ago. I thought maybe it was her daughter's.
Oh.
Anyway, there was no name, and except for the kid's name, and that means nothing to me. Although he took on the middle name, I realized that after the fact. Anyway, I digress. So the second year I went up for Christmas, I went, okay, we're not doing gifts anymore. Came up, we were the only ones who didn't give gifts, and I felt horrible, horrible. Like, God damn it, this family.
I have no recollection of any of that.
Well, of course not, because you didn't experience the no gifts and then gifts.
No, I don't even remember any of that happening. But I
mean,
might have not have been around at that time.
I will take responsibility. I don't reach out to them, but they don't reach out to me. It's a mutual thing. Except for you. Now, to be fair, I don't. You might have moved down to Florida at this point. Because it was,
Yeah, that's possible.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
possible. But that's some of my kids' fondest memories, was going there and like running around like loonies with their cousins and, eating pie, because that seems to be a thing with our family, eating pie for breakfast. And
At Christmas?
and they had at Christmas time, and it was very cold out, so like normally you want to
We
chase
didn't really
the kids
have pie
out of the
for
house.
Christmas. That's Thanksgiving.
No, there was pie there. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's also
it was
bagels. And stuff.
bagels. Bagels was the star of the show, but
I
they
remember
had all
chocolate being
sorts
there.
of. That was that was one of our brothers. He would bring chocolate, but they were delicious. There was cake. There was Danishes. There was a mixture
One
of
of our
everything.
brothers went to a bakery on Long
Maybe
Island. That was
one pie,
amazing,
maybe
in
two.
Belmore.
But there wasn't. It's not like pie on Thanksgiving morning.
No, not quite that way, but we did have pie there.
You must really like pie to remember
do.
that, because I vaguely remember
Not
pie.
not as big as I used to, but yeah,
Bagels were lovely.
I think it's just a fond memory. But so yeah, let's circle back to what we're trying to talk about and not get too caught up in semantics. Yeah, I think that
So what is your plan for this year? Mine is the hot chocolate bar, the Christmas day, the Christmas tree day, and then holiday music throughout, because I have several CDs that I've gotten over the years. And then the holiday markets, I just enjoy going to. A lot of them are, in my case, is small businesses. They have mulled wine there and sausages. I don't know why I now associate sausages with Christmas. I think
Interesting.
they do a German, I think we have a German, I never paid attention. I just go, holiday market, let's go! But I think it's a German holiday market. There's one in DC, which is close by, which we've been to. It gets mobbed, it's okay. My daughter is convinced that there's one in Baltimore, which is like an hour away, that she wants to go to that's better. I don't know. But I like that. I like when you have some. So we have a tradition because when we used to go up to New York, we used to go. I'm going to try not to get into family politics, but Christmas Eve, we always went to Christmas tea at Chat Noir in Rockefeller Center. And then we would go across the street to A Time for Karma. And that's the one thing I do miss about
Did you do
going
that
up
with
to
Mom?
New York for Christmas. No.
just by yourselves.
Yes. Family politics, not going to discuss
That's not
this.
family politics. That's just something.
Oh,
you
there's
enjoy
more.
doing.
I am not going to discuss it.
Yeah,
But that was a family tradition that developed, and so I think we're going to do a Christmas tea this year too.
I think we're gonna, obviously decorate. I like to do my stuff where
We make an event out of the decorating in our house.
our
I should put it
kids.
that
It's
way.
like I have my boys that are all older. The youngest is only 15. Well, he'll be 16 in 2 weeks, but just not. They like it. They enjoy that it's there, but they could go either way with it. I think if I didn't do anything, they'd be a little disappointed. They'd be like, "Oh, that's
Yeah, but what they don't get is you usually have to clean it up, and that's what I tell my kids are adults too, but they enjoy it. They'll do the Christmas tree, but they'll ask me, why don't you bring all the other crap out? And I said because I don't want to clean it up.
We have a tradition every Christmas. I know people do big Christmas dinners and stuff like that. We don't. I make soup.
The Christmas soup.
It
Do you
is
have
the
a
Christmas
stone
soup,
in
and
it?
I've been doing it.
Is it stone soup?
No, it's not stone soup. It's potato leek soup.
Oh,
And I've been
good.
doing this for years because during Christmas in New York, people go to our sisters in the morning. But in
We
the
also been to
evening-
Bryant Park. That was delightful. We went to Bryant Park
nice.
in New York City for the holiday market. But go ahead.
in
Sorry,
the
go ahead.
evening, there were the reason why it was nice because in the morning our family would get together, but in the evenings a lot of us went to in-laws or whatever, right? But you see, we didn't have in-laws to go to, so and mom and dad didn't necessarily, there were certain people that didn't, or they were dating, and maybe they weren't dating, whatever. So I would say, come over to my house. I'm making soup. And so I would make this potato leek soup, which is very creamy and savory. And I would take out grandma's, she had this milk glass tea set. It's just white.
Do you
It had
still have
grapes on
it?
No.
Every time I see milk glass, I think of you.
It's not, that wasn't my favorite pattern, to be honest with you.
You liked it for a time.
Not that pattern. I never liked that
Oh,
pattern.
this particular.
But I still have my milk glass. But so I would put out these little teacups with it because they're a little bit more sturdy. And I would have in a crock pot this soup, and then I would have in little, like, here is some chopped up bacon and some chives and some cheddar cheese and some
soup
sour
bar.
cream. So they would come and it would be freezing out, and they'd be coming in like, oh my God, I'm so cold. It's freezing out. And I'd be like, come have some soup. Now, sometimes I would make a ham, so that way if they want to make some sandwiches or something like that with some cranberry sauce.
Take this on. We always make a ham.
But
the soup, we make a ham and Gordon cooks it in the smoker and then we eat around 3. So in the evening you get a little hungry. So I might do that, make a soup.
Look up potato leek soup. It's creamy.
With the toppings.
And we do the toppings. So to this day, we still do it. And I have yet to have anybody, like even Bob's kids came over last Christmas and they had it and they were like, this is, like, it's just comfort food.
Yeah.
And I would also, I'd get a loaf of like crusty French bread.
Oh, yeah.
And I would cut it up and then I would saute it in olive oil and garlic and spices, and I would saute it and then I would put it into, like, I would like get it all soaked up and then put it in the oven and crisp it up, and that way they would throw them into their soup.
I got a question.
Yes.
Now that we're talking about all this and the traditions and such, that if you are protesting the Christmas, then Christmas morning is typically gift giving. Mm-hmm. What are you doing for Christmas morning then?
We talked about it. The boys, I've already put in my request. I would like them to take a photo of the 3 of them and have it framed.
Okay.
And when I say take a photo, they're perfectly capable of taking a photo on their own. Like, I'm not, and they know that. I ask for that every year, and I've gotten it once. And the year they did it, they forgot, and they had no money to get me a gift. So they were like the day before, and poor Gunnar had like 103 fever. And they're like, we're going to take Gunnar up. Like, what the hell are you doing? So you have Gunnar in the picture smiling with his eyes glazed over. Like the poor kid, he was so sick.
See, that would be interesting to see year after year too.
Yeah, but
no,
I mean,
so
that is the
it's
one
the
thing
one
I want
picture.
every year is a picture of the 3 of them together.
But my point is, traditionally, America is Christmas morning you hand out the gifts,
Right.
and it's like an hour or 2 of gift giving. So, okay, they take it. Well, actually, you could take the picture at that time is what you should do.
True.
But you get the picture, then what?
Well, for us, we're going to thrift, but then also I'm planning on making.
Wait, you can't, so you're going to still give gifts.
I
it's
may.
Just
We
gonna
may.
be-
We're talking about it, or we're going to make something for each other.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, that's still gift giving.
It's gift giving, but it's more. You got to put some thought into it, to be honest with you, and I think that's what it comes down to. A lot of times, it's like, oh, I got to get something, and it has to reach this dollar amount.
Yeah.
Right? I would
Yeah.
like the value to be more on thinking about the person that you're making something or creating something,
Right.
or if you are purchasing something, like don't put a lot of money into it. Put a lot of thought into it.
I will say this. Do you know those gift boxes? I mean, the subscription boxes, like Owl Crate is a big one. I am seeing that more. So I love tea. And there's I've heard someone say you get several different tea bags to try it out. And then, like, maybe you can go to a thrift store. I'm okay with getting thrift books. I believe in thrift books because, environmentally. A book on tea. And then maybe make one of those tea pouches where you can put the tea bags in.
Go to a thrift shop, find an absolute precious teacup and tea saucer.
Yeah.
Put some tea inside of it.
Yeah. Or
Maybe
hot
a
chocolate.
little-
You could do that with hot
Hot
chocolate.
chocolate, yeah.
In this house, we have a teacup. We have a hot chocolate cup. We have, I say we, it's me mostly, but I think the kids are picking up on it too. A hot apple cider cup. Yes, I need a cup for each one of these. My point is, you can get creative. You can get ideas by going. There's this website that sells all the box subscriptions. Get ideas from there, and then go to it's like, okay, my friend loves art supplies. I've gotten art supplies in thrift stores, and then resold them and made money. I take part of it and then sell the rest. But my point is, you can do things.
And let's say, like, for instance, you're really great at baking and you want to make a bunch of cookies or something like that. I one year made a whole bunch of different types of cookies because I like doing that. Like, that's fun to me.
For
Not
me,
so
it's
much anymore.
make me brownies.
Brownies, whatever. And I used to find, like, particularly
cookies.
at the thrift that was in the basement of the church, because it was like dirt cheap, you could find like little, porcelain containers with tops and stuff like that. Like, it didn't matter. I would just find different containers that were 25 cents. And I would get them, clean them all up, lay down some, I don't know, wax paper or whatever, parchment paper, and I would put a few cookies in there. And it just looked so precious. I loved it. I loved doing stuff like that. And if they didn't like it, I had fun.
There is a thing called there is a reason of the saying, it's a thought that counts. It's because you thought of the person, and
you thought of the person, you put some effort into it and some thought into it. And I know that it's very hard sometimes to put effort into things in the way that the world runs today. We are constantly in a state of run. But again, it goes back to,
I think putting together these kits are just as fun. Can be just as fun.
Invite a bunch of moms over and have a cookie party.
Yeah,
have a cookie party.
Yeah,
and make like all. Of
I've
you can
done
make
that.
It together.
We used to do that for Girl Scouts. We used to get all the Girl Scouts together. Each one would bring a cookie, and then we'd have a cookie swap.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I know that people do ugly sweater parties and stuff like that, and that's cool. I cannot. But I mean, I like the idea of being creative. You have somebody in the group that's a really great artist. Do your own version of sip and paint thing, whatever.
Have them teach a class,
Yeah, and who cares if it's really ugly? Do a snowman. Do you know how basic a snowman is? I mean, everyone could do a freaking snowman.
I think you should have, you sip first, have the wine and then you have to paint. That would be fun.
Well, yeah, because then there's going to be no judgment. And like even better, like kind of like, all right, so I actually took some old jeans that really, in all honesty, like the pattern on it was ugly and everything. Like it had like an old wash on it, and I painted them.
Oh,
I did
my daughter does that.
I get compliments on it all the time. But imagine taking an old T-shirt that you were otherwise going to throw away. Like have it. Everybody has one, so tell people to bring one, and you can paint on it.
A jean jacket. My daughter did that for a gift once for someone.
Like, there's a lot of different things you can do, and it's a thought that matters. And if you're worried about the fact that they're going to be like, ew, like...
Coming up with ideas can be a challenge, but here I'm hoping this will give you a few ideas on what you can do and what we've done in the past. But I really do suggest, check out the subscription boxes, see what kind of subscriptions there are, and be like, oh, I think I can make this work.
I know of a girl when I was a young mother. She wanted to do a gift for all of her friends, and she was a writer. She liked to write poetry and stuff. Mm-hmm. So she made her own cards from construction paper and wrote a short poem specifically about that person and something that had to do with their personality. And people freaking loved it. And it was sweet and it's sentimental. And she drew little pictures on it and stuff like that. But I think that people, it's the thought. I mean,
it's very cliche, but it's very true. It's like, oh, you thought of me. Thank you.
Right. And I think that when we say,
and if they're not that way, then they're not your friend.
When we're saying, let's skip the holidays, it's not about skipping the sentiment of the holidays. It's skipping the consumerism.
Yeah.
It's skipping the I'm going to replace giving anything of myself or my family or anything to my family in lieu, like I'm going to give them gifts instead.
Oh, that's another thing you can do for the holidays is our organization is having a food bank, sorting and
volunteering.
packing and distributing. Yeah. And the other thing we're doing gift wrapping.
I would imagine that. Oh, I'm going to say this wrong because anytime you do with an acronym, I get stuck. Is it the ASPCA? The
Are
animal
you talking
one.
about the animals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AP.
That sounds right.
I might be.
ASPCA.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like it's a no-kill animal thing. I think that's organization. Like volunteer. Maybe do a canned goods collection. Maybe
Canned goods is really needed right now. A lot of people
Right.
are hurting when we're recording this, but I suspect that it's going to go into
it's going to go on
Christmas.
for a little while. Yeah. I think
Even if the shutdown has started again, I think people will still be hurting.
if we're
I think
going to
that
go back to the traditional
Unemployment numbers are sky high right now.
if anybody hasn't figured it out by now, I am not religious, but
You're spiritual, though.
I do believe in being Christ-like. And when I mean by Christ-like, I'm saying, do unto others as you would have done to you. You want to be kind. And this is such a perfect opportunity to teach your family and your children what it means to be selfless, what it means to do things that are kind for other people, have good cheer, goodwill towards man. And when it comes to inside your own family, creating experiences that grounds them in the family and in love and in kindness is just a good idea. It's just a good idea.
Yeah, and that says something to us. You know, you'd be like, "Oh, you're not Christian anymore," and it's. I believe in celebrating, and to be frank, we usually celebrated on winter solstice. I think I mentioned that in another video, but so it's a day where everyone is home. It's a day when everything is closed, so they're forced to stay with you as a family. Everything's not closed, but in general. My point is, we use that time for, as you say, a time to appreciate one another and spread joy and love.
Yeah.
Joy
So
to
and
the world.
I don't believe that Walmart or Target or Amazon or any of these companies should be telling me what is Christ-like.
Oh, do they?
I mean, in essence, in everything that they're doing when it comes to this is how you should celebrate the holidays. Buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that.
I think I disagree there. I
don't.
think I know they're looking for the bottom line, but I think they're just saying, look, we have all these things for you so you can celebrate the holidays the way you do. I have never heard them actually say you should do this if you want to be a good Christmas.
Hobby Lobby might.
I do not go in there. I went in there and had palpitations. I can't go in here. I have to leave.
Now
I
that
will
they
pay a
closed
little
Michael's,
extra.
it's the only real.
They closed Michael's? We have Michael's here. They closed
There's one
Joanne.
Michael's far, far away from here, but they closed. Yeah, the one that's over at the Avenues, gone.
I didn't know there was one there.
Of course, they're putting a Trader Joe's there, so I'm saying like that's a pretty damn good swap. Pretty damn. Good
I
swap.
love Michael's. That means Michael's is not doing well. Oh, crap.
They closed this summer, if I'm not mistaken.
Because
maybe
Hobby
beforehand.
Lobby does well.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
That goes into, we need to do another thing on insurance should not be tied to your place of work. The end.
Okay.
I'm disgusted. Well, they won't allow you to get birth control pills. at Hobby Lobby because they
I
don't
was going to
believe in
say,
it.
I'm disgusted. There's your clip, Joanne.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with.
It doesn't matter.
Everybody's saying, "What do you mean? There's your clip." We've been told. A lot of people drop off in the beginning, take a, loud clip, put it in the front to keep them, draw them in.
See, the problem with Joanne and I is that if you haven't figured out, we don't plan this really, really tightly. So, for us to go, we should be able to say exactly this at a certain point, like weave it in. So this way that could be our clip in the beginning. Because I've worked in podcasts for a long time. People do that. But for us, it's like, oh, get it organically or not at all.
I did not know they did that.
Yeah, some do.
I mean, I'm not surprised. That's sad.
Yeah.
We're at the end. This is where we go.
This is where we obviously figured out that this is the end. It's 1 hour, 14 minutes. But what I do want to say is, one, obviously have a happy holidays. We're still going to be around. I do, Joanne, in the next week or two, we do definitely need to do another episode about end of the year and goal setting and reviewing of what we're able to do. Because that's one of my favorite freaking topics. I could do 2 or 3 weeks of that, Joanne.
I like we should do one at the end of the year of reflection and then one at the beginning of the year on
pulling tarot cards so we can kind of predict what's going to happen next year.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And then I liked you had mentioned we should do one on low prepping.
Oh, yeah.
Low level prepping.
Low level prepping for just keeping your family, feeling like you're keeping your family safe and economically, we don't know what's coming from what day to day. So there's certain things you can do to keep yourself.
It's been volatile this year.
To help you float
2025
for a
was
little
very
while.
volatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back to the days of our parents, which we always say, like, our dad was Great Depression parent. So like some of the stuff that practices he had when we were growing up, you're like, what are you doing? Just get a new one. But they saved things and they did certain things.
You make things last.
But
I remember that book, Make Things Last. You don't see books like that anymore. They say, throw it out and get a new one.
Consumerism. That's what this is all about.
Consumerism.
All right.
Down with consumerism!
That was planned, wasn't it, Joanne?
It was not, but as I was saying it, I was thinking, we can use this in the front! What? All right.
All right.
Besides, my mic cuts off whenever I scream, I've noticed.
Also, if you stuck in to the very end, please write a comment saying, I stuck in to the very end. I feel like we should have prizes for people that actually stay to the very end. Not because we're trying to get you to stay to the very end. We're just really fucking impressed.
Trading cards. I'll have to talk to you about that later. And
merch. We got to make merch. We have to make merch because we have how many followers do we have now, Joanne? We haven't
Speaking of consumerism, we should make merch.
We should make merch. But not ones that we sell, ones that we give for, we're impressed that you actually stuck around.
Yeah. I have trouble with merch today because a lot of the merch is T-shirts and stuff, and it's copied and easily.
No, but you gotta understand
issues.
Our merch. This is brilliant, Joanne. We get it at a thrift shop. It could be teacups. And we just take paint or something and we write it on there. We're not going to sell it, Joanne. We already know this. But it could be like a gift to give people. We already know this. Come on. Be real.
Not true commercialism because we're not selling it. We're giving it away.
Yeah, but my whole point, why can't I find the podcast? Oh, there it is.
Us?
Why is this? I didn't mean to turn it on.
That's my voice.
Yes, we have 22 followers, Joanne. We're so big.
I want more. We didn't get one this week.
No, we didn't.
That's because we didn't have one
skipped
last
a week.
Yeah.
But
Shame on us.
I would explain why, but it's a long story. But I was gonna say is yeah, no.
Do you still do a podcast for your Beauty and the Facts? The Blonde and the Facts. That's what your podcast is
I haven't done it at all, and I am thinking about doing it, but the truth is that lately I've just been really into thrifting and like thrifting clothing and just having fun with that, and like not really giving a flying fig if people say you're out of fashion. I'd be like, I don't care. Look at this coat. I love it.
That's okay. There's
got it
always
for
going to be
$5.
haters. There'll always be haters. Shake it off.
Yes.
There'll always be haters. Two, there is a large portion of the population, such as myself, who don't know what's in or out of fashion. But if I see you say, look what I got at a thrift store, you think, I should go to the thrift store. But I also really would appreciate, if you do those things, is say, okay, I bought this and I put it with this because this is checkered. It's not checkered, but it has a pattern and this is solid. Something like that. That helps.
Because
I
creators
am
that are
totally...
like that. Yeah. I follow creators like that. I feel like
you're wearing green with green, and I was told you never wear green with green.
I'm not wearing green with green.
That looks like an olive with a
No.
green.
This is brown.
It's
But
brown. Okay. Oh, cute. And that's just a plain
absolutely
outfit.
would wear a
But
green with green.
The jacket, you really have just a shirt and jeans, and you jazzed it up with the
And I got this at a
thing
thrift
and
for
a necklace.
$2.
Yeah.
It jingled.
That's what you should do, and screw those who say it's out of fashion. It's
Yeah.
not, because the majority of people will not think, "Oh, that was last year."
Yeah, no, I one of the
No
things
joke.
that I feel like I tried to push, at least on my social media, is the fact that if it brings you joy, wear it.
Yeah,
If it brings you joy, wear it. Like, and
I don't
also,
understand the whole out of fashion crap. I don't get that.
because it's because there is.
I think it's elitism.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what I think it is.
And-
I
if
know
you-
what you should wear and what you shouldn't wear,
Being
and
somebody
that is
that
not
was-
something you should wear. And
Being
it's like,
somebody
yeah,
that was in the
fuck you.
beauty industry and working on the corporate side, you do whether they. The funny thing is, I think a lot of them don't even realize that this is what they're doing, is that they're creating. Yes, you can look at it as an elitism, but it's almost like a beauty standard that only a certain percentage of people can actually achieve. And the rest of everybody feels as though they have to chase your products in order to
Well, they
achieve
want
it, but
that.
they never will.
Yeah.
They never will, because you're not like that percentage of people that actually fit into that category, whether it be hair. Like, I'm sorry.
Sex in
But-
the City. That sounds like the epitome of Sex in the City.
And so
I enjoyed the show. Don't get me wrong,
I
but when
didn't.
I see them go to the what do they close when they walk down
the runway shows, the
runway
fashion
shows
week type things.
when they go to that, it's like, okay, that's not real people.
Well, that's the thing. They are real people. And these
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with these lovely women, but in the same breath, there is no representation of
I didn't
everybody.
say there was
and it's
anything
not
wrong with them. They're
DEI
just
or
not real
anything.
people.
It's literally only a certain percentage of people are going to look good in that clothing.
Oh, there's
I
that
have,
too.
I have
There's that
double
too.
D. I am a double D. I am not going to fit in the clothing of young women that a lot of times they're still going through puberty. They're not. I'm not going to fit in their clothing.
Yeah.
My
No,
hips
I'm
are
with
not
you.
going to fit in their clothing.
Right.
My stomach. I've had 3 giant boys. My stomach might not be as firm as it used to be. I can't wear that clothing.
Right.
And so, does that mean I'm just not cool? Does that mean I'm not
So
pretty?
ignore that whole out of fashion thing is what we're saying.
What we're saying is, like, wear to what makes you
We
feel
should
good
do
and
a
what feels good.
fashion show too, because clearly more fashionable than I, but
no,
you would be more noticeable than I. It doesn't matter. My point is, we do one, and I could be here and ask you, okay, why did you choose that, girl?
and I have fun experimenting, and sometimes I don't hit it, and that's okay. And I think that makeup and hair should be something that should be fun.
Yeah,
That's the only
I agree.
reason I do it often.
Well, I
If
say
it wasn't
that about hair.
no makeup too, because you think about it, it's like painting.
No. I'm saying hair. It's like I get it cut once a year. Thank you. I'm done.
See,
This brings me joy. It
if
took
you
me
live near me, I'd
years
be
to
playing
come
with
back.
your hair all the time. Just hairstyles. I'd be like, let me get out my curling iron.
That's why I have daughters. Here,
Let me
take
get
a
out my
daughter.
roller set. Be like, I want to do a skip wave on your hair. I want to do. I'd be having a great old time. But yeah,
All right,
No,
we should get off. It's
I
almost
know.
an hour and
See,
a
this
half.
is what happens. Now we've gone on for 10 minutes beyond what we were supposed to. Yeah,
25 minutes.
it's good, clean fun, Joanne.
Good, clean fun.
All right, I'll talk to you later. See,
Bye-bye.
we'll talk to you guys later too. We'll see you next week. Thanks for sticking around.
Walkie talk.
All right, boy.